Go. Hello. Okay, welcome to the stream. The extreme stream. That's funny. All right. We are live. I'm wondering if I should swap that out. I'm trying to think. I wonder if this will show up. There we go. Yeah, we'll get that guy looking right there. Oh, yeah. All right, welcome in. Let me get my earbuds in. Forgot about this. What's up, Colleen? Jenny, hello. John, what's up? I can't. I'm like totally detangled. Isn't this scary? I can't get these detangled, and I'm going to be working with 4,000 degrees. That's a little scary, you know? All right. Hey, Meta, what's the battery percentage? All right. We even got battery on Meta tonight. What's up, Ayo? How you doing? So we're going to work some uranium tonight. Uranium marbles. We opened up the mystery uranium marble gallery in the Fiery Guy, and it's doing good. Good enough that I'm going to make some mystery marbles tonight for the actual run, and we'll see how it goes. We'll make some to put in there. What's up, BBH? Matt, what's up, my friend? Welcome to the Spark. Good to see you. Leslie, how are you? Thank you, Matt, for joining in. All right, let's put this guy off to the side. Gonna need you later. I've got one really cool piece planned for tonight. We'll see how many marbles we get done, and then I got something planned. I hope it works. It's going to be fun. Yeah, the Forbidden Green, the uranium glass marbles. This is the uranium marble that's right in the front, and it's going to be amazing. I just prepped for some of it, so we are good to go. So I'm going to show you, before we go too far, I want to show you one of the flowers we did this morning. It's amazing. Going to bring it out here. It's actually turning out really good. It's cooking in the kiln right now. Oh, damn it. There we go. I forgot to do that. There we go. We zoomed in. All right. Not much there, right? Looks kind of greenish hue. Gonna pop this back out. Let's go to the side view. So we're going on the side view real quick. And I'm super impressed with this. It looks way better than I thought. So this is the actual blue-green glass. This isn't the cobalt with the silver fume. This is just the blue-green. It's got a little sparkle to it. It's hard to see, but it's in there. Get it right up in there. See? Like that. God, that almost looks cracked, but it's not. That's a little spot from the glass. All right. Okay, we got to put this back in the kiln. I do have a fun project. If we get enough marbles done and we have some fun, if we get enough chat and comment going, we're going to have a great project up for grabs here, or not for up for grabs, but being made. One last side view guy here. So I'm going to try and incorporate this tonight. So this is one of the marble specialties I do. Like that. Now this process is not super easy. Okay. That is not an easy marble to accomplish. But we're going to back it with some uranium and try and create this galaxy look. Not doing that one first. No. Nope. I got to prep for that, which we got to prep right now. No, I'm just going to prep it real quick. I'm going to pull the tube. Then we'll go from there. Yeah, that one's pretty intense. Not a lot of people know how to do that. After tonight, you'll know how it's done. I don't know if you'll be able to. There's a little bit more than just showing it. There's like an hour's worth of tutorial in that. And we're going to drop this in. So we're going to pull a little mini point. So that marble is done off of pure tubing. We start with tubing. And it works out quite well. Okay, we're going to bring this out. And this is why I was telling everybody to learn to pull a point. It'd be hard to do that marble without doing this process right here. It'd be really hard. So anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Happy Friday. What's up, L to the Beat? Groves Glass Gallery, Dragonfly Creation. Tiffany, what's up? John, BDH, how you doing? Matt, again, welcome to the Spart. KCH, Bayo. Who else do we got hanging in here? Leslie, the Collector, how you doing? Cody, what's up? Tomorrow, I am scheduling the first members live stream. So be on the lookout for it tonight in the notes section. I am scheduling the first members live stream. So we'll be doing a members live stream tomorrow. Be on the lookout. And then we got to pop this open. Nope, not. I lied. We don't got to pop that open yet. I forgot I have to pull this down a little bit. I'm going to show you what does have to be done on this before we even begin. So I'm going to bring it here, and we got to pull this down a little bit, get it a little thicker right here. You almost pull this almost jellyfish looking size here, like that. Right there. Light bulb jellyfish looking style, like that. Thank you for doing the memberships. I appreciate that. Bale is on a run. Chris, thank you. Mamas, what's up? Live scan, how you doing? Amanda, welcome in. Steven, how you doing? The chosen one, welcome in. All right, so we pull this down a little bit, and this will be making a marble. I'm going to show you what we're prepping for, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Tonight's a good night to be watching this live stream. Every single thing I'm going to be doing, you're not going to want to miss out on. Every process is not normally shown. It is different. I'd be a little nervous about napping uranium glass. I mean, good for him. That's awesome. But I'd be nervous without a serious mask on. Uranium's pretty safe unless it's in dust form. That's why I don't use uranium frit. I actually, when Illuminati uranium came out, I had bought a bunch of frit. And then I thought about it, and I was like, man, I don't want to use that. All right, so we got this little tiny, so this tube right here is the prep for this marble that we'll be doing in just a little bit. So this marble is made by using that tubing. Kind of crazy, right? Tonight you're going to witness how this is actually made. Like that. There we go. So yeah, that's what we're going to do with that piece of tubing. That is tonight's adventure. Part of it. All right, let's zoom out and get started. I want to start off with just a real basic marble real quick. We're doing uranium. We're going to throw some crushed opal in here. And then we're going to use that blue-green sparkle, which is this color right here. Sorry, one more side view. I apologize. So one more side view of the color. We're going to use this on the inside of the marble. So we're going to use that, a little bit of yellow, some uranium, and crushed opals. So that is the first marble. And then we'll get into the crazy one. All right, let's get going. Find the right. There we go. Right about there. I forgot to kick on the big flame. And if you are learning to make marbles, one of the things I always emphasize is cleaning your glass rods before you ever begin. They can pick up little remnants of dust and stuff from the factory, or sometimes they have this little goo on them. And they don't look all that good. So I always recommend picking up a little bit of, I use windshield washer fluid for cleaning my glass rods. It's like super cheap, comes in a gallon jug, and you can just dip the rod in the windshield washer fluid, and it cleans it super well. And if you really want to be super efficient, you can get a tube and pour your windshield washer fluid down an entire tube and then dip the rods in the tube so you can go all the way in. But I use windshield washer fluid for cleaning a lot. Big old bucket. Just don't put it near your flame. Okay, so we're definitely kicking in tonight. Let's zoom in for a moment. We're going to show you Borovision while I'm melting this in. This is the Borovision filter. I'm just going to name it Borovision. I don't care. There we go. So that's how I see the world. Like that. We got that going. All right, first things first, we're going to get some uranium on here. But before I do that, I got to kick on the big flame, make sure it's working. Because inevitably I will probably need it. And we do have the mystery marble on the website. Several people have purchased already. If you are purchasing one of the little marbles I got to bring this out. One of the little marbles that's in the bowl up here, you're getting a bonus uranium marble with every single marble that's purchased on the mystery one right now. So every marble will have a little uranium guy with it. All right, let's grab some uranium. Little stick of it. Pop it right there. So this is the actual uranium glass, this little bit right here. I got a whole bunch of these little shorts of it. Figured what a good way to use them. Because I won't turn this to frit. It's the one glass I will not grind up. Okay, we're going to come out here and fuse all this uranium in here. Like that. And I think we're good there. So we're going to go a little oddball. We're going to throw a little bit of yellow in there. We're going to add a little yellow. Not a combination you're going to normally see. And then beyond that, we're going to use the blue-green. We're going to stick it way out here. Okay, we have enough yellow, I think. I'm going to try and keep this marble a decent size. I'm trying not to go over 2 inches. We'll see how that works out, but... Okay, got that separated. I'm going to zoom out a little. There we go. Give you guys a little break from my face. So we're going to take that sparkle blue-green on here, and we're going to pop it right on top of that yellow. I think I figured out how to get that hotkey to the zoom camera into just a push of a button. So right now we're adding this blue-green sparkle color to it. It's a very, very cool color. And then after we get this all layered on, we're going to encase this side in clear. Then we're going to open up the other side a little bit and add crushed opals into this marble. So we're going to take some crushed opals, pop it in there. And here we go. We've got to extend on here because it's getting hot. Oh, thank you. Yeah, dolphins. I like making dolphins. I got to tell you, when I lived in Florida, I loved dolphins. I used to go to work crossing the Sanibel Causeway every day. And every day, just about every day, I saw dolphins. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Kevin's book is in the house. Nope, this marble is available, Ray. Currently. And we're going to bring it in. Real opal? No, it's crushed opal that is manufactured in a lab. So real opal would vaporize. They're like 90% water, 80 to 90%. Heading out to go live? Awesome. If you guys are on TikTok, click on Kevin's book there. Go bounce between his live and mine. Definitely check out Kevin's book on live. definitely check out Kevin's book. He's an awesome live streamer, good human being, an American hero. Bounce between us. All right, so we're going to bring it into the side view. Just right here. So you can kind of see where we're going with this. Again, I like showing the real-time process. So right there, you can kind of see that swirly looking color. That's the blue-green. The yellow's right behind it. The uranium is back in there. So we got, look at all those colors starting to swirl already. We haven't even begun. We haven't even begun to get it. Okay, let's zoom in a little. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit. Right about there. It's close enough view, but not too much, like I'm all in your face there. All right, let's grab some clear and make this thing happen. Yeah, dolphins in the Bahamas were fun, but like I said, when I was in Florida, I'd cross the Sanibel Causeway, and I'd constantly see dolphins every time I went. It was so cool. All right, here we go. So we're going to magnify this thing with a lot of clear on this side, and then we're going to bounce to the other side. And that's where we're going to add the opals. So the opals should be sitting in front of the uranium glass. All right, we're going. All right, lots of clear here. Just got to magnify the whole thing. Daughter swam with dolphins? Yeah, that's actually a cool experience. Yeah, swimming with dolphins is kind of cool. Just can't pet them underneath their belly. All right, a little bit more here. The next marble is going to be pretty intense. It's going to take a little bit longer to do as far as the prep work, but the process of getting there is a lot of fun. But every marble we're doing tonight will have uranium glass in it. Every single marble will have uranium. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? How's everybody doing? Good to see you. All right, that's enough. If I go any further, we're going to have a big-ass marble. Like too big. Bigger than I want. There we go. Got to let it settle for a second. Then we got to kind of burn this in a little bit. Then we're going to add the opal. And here we go. Little squishy, squishy. Okay, we're going to separate here so I can pick up the little crushed opals. Woo! All right, let's pick up some opal. Not a lot tonight. So little tiny bits of opal at the end of this rod. We're just going to mix it in very gently. Not going to do a big old mix of it. Just a few little happy little opals in there. Just like that. Just a few little sparkles. All right, here we go. We're going to start adding a lot of clear on here. Let's see how much more we have to go. Yeah, there's just these little faint opal sparkles running through here. I like it. Okay, I think we have enough. Separate. Okay, we're going to really zoom out now because we're going to start using the marble molds, which are these cylindrical looking objects or half domes. We're going to be able to bring it in and see how those work as well. Actually, I should show you the filter while we're at it. So this is the same material my glasses are using, the lenses. We'll zoom it back in for just a minute. I got a minute to go do this. We're going to buzz right up close to it. And then you can see, that is how I see the world. Wow, that's hot. Like that. I must like you guys because that is hot as hell right now. So that's how I see everything. Okay, there we go. What's up, Uncle Scooby? How you doing, my friend? All right, so all I'm trying to do right now, I should probably zoom in one last time for a minute. I'm trying to get rid of this little yo-yo gap in between here where it looks like a yo-yo. What's up, Michelle? All right. Yeah, I would just want to get rid of that little gap in there. And then I can start making this marble. But if I try pushing it down and closing that off physically with too much force, it'll trap air. Then we got this big air ring, and I'll probably throw it away if that happens. All right, we got rid of it. Let's buzz back out. Oh, man. Happy Friday to everybody. Let's hear it in the crowd. Type 1 in the chat. Let's go for a happy Friday. Or type happy Friday. I don't care. You guys have fun. Give everybody a happy Friday, not just me. All right, we're going to bring this over and just kind of let it bring down. This is the molten satisfying push. Now I'm going to show you something and you're never going to be able to unsee it again as long as you're ever on my live stream, okay? As soon as I show you this, you're never ever going to unsee it. Y'all ready? And here we go. Prepare to laugh. Okay, you know what that looks like to me? That looks like the frickin' Hamburglar. Like the hamburger for a Hamburglar? Tell me that doesn't look like a McDonald's hamburger. Seriously. I do have a couple of the marbles, yes. One of them is up in the front. But I tell you, that looks like a hamburger. Tell me it doesn't. Not that direction, but this way it sure does. Yeah, that's one of them from the other day. I know. Now you can't unsee it. As long as you're ever a part of my live stream, you're now going to see a hamburger when that happens. Not a crazy question, Vanessa. That is one of our specialties. We do that all the time. Oh my God. Thank you for the shout out. Jen. Oh, crap. I was paying attention to the screen. I just tapped that. Not supposed to do that. All right, we do have to kind of flatten this other side out, round it out, not flatten it out. Kind of have to get that little bit of curvature even on there. And then we'll start getting it into the marble. I'm really curious to see what this blue-green does up against the yellow. Really, really curious. Okay, we're going to melt it down just a little more. The next marble after this is the one that is not something you'll see on, I don't know if you'll see it on any other channel, to be honest, for a while. There'll probably be a few people attempting it after they watch mine, but that's okay. But I don't think I've ever seen this technique done before on live stream. Like, and totally recorded. All right, man, I was going to try and keep this. I intended for this to be a little smaller. But it's not too big yet. We're not adding any more to it, so. It wasn't supposed to be this big, though. We've got to melt it in just a little more. We'll go over to the mold, push it in, get that kind of half dome going. And then the magic happens. So now we're back to hamburger here. Now it really looks like a hamburger. Boom. See? How's that total hamburger look? Anyway, there is, you can't see the color right now. It's not showing up, but there are several colors bouncing through here. They're not showing up yet, but they will definitely show up. Sorry, I muted for a second there. Okay, so we're going to take a second here. We're going to attach a punty to the side. So this is a holding rod off to the side. At a 90 degree, like that. Bring it out. Got to wait for it to stop moving. At least a little bit. Okay, and then you tap, and off it comes. So when you get those little taps, it leaves a little scar. So when I get done making the marble, it leaves a little punty mark. Let me show it to you up close. This is a big version of it. Actually, I should probably go to side view. Not going to catch it this way. Let's go to the side. So when you break that off, you leave that little scar right there. So when you see me break the marbles off, when they're all completed, it leaves that little bit, and then you use the flame to polish that out. And there. Oh, this is going to be awesome. This definitely has uranium running through it. Have you ever made a mermaid? Yep. How hard is it to get glow in the dark glass? For me, not hard at all. But it should be pretty it should be pretty available out there. How come your didymiums don't work through the TV? Because they don't. Doesn't work like that. Okay, we're gonna take that and push it in. So now we got this little dingle dangle. To really mess with you guys and turn it into full. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna mess with it. Okay, so the next step is we do have to kind of make this thing a little longer. So what's going to happen is I'm going to heat around in the middle section, and then we're going to stretch it out. It's going to kind of look like a dragon's eye. We're going to zoom in a little, pop it back out just a touch. Not that far. Right there. So we're going to bring it right in here. Focus directly on the middle. That's where all the heat's going right now. Now the trick on this is you don't stick the whole damn thing in the flame. Okay, notice I'm not all the way in the flame like this. We're skimming the bottom surface, the bottom of the flame. I don't have it all the way in. It's just skimming the bottom of the flame. So the top of the marble, or the disc right now, is skimming the bottom of the flame. There's your pro tip for the night. And that's how you stop your punty rods from melting off. Just in case you didn't know. All right, let's bring it out. We're going to start to stretch. It's a very slow process. But you can see it's now elongating. And I always think, does tell me that doesn't look like a dragon's eye. tell me that does not look like the eye of a dragon? A little bit further. I mean, seriously. Could you see that as a dragon's eye? I could. All right, there we go. Okay, now that we have that all stretched out, we're going to compress it back together. And as I compress it back together, it's going to naturally start to spiral up and twist. And here we go. See how we got that kind of spiraling around right now? That is the ultimate goal. We want a little bit of a spiral. I don't want it really big spirals, or like lots of them. I just want a little bit. Just like that. All right, we're going to taper this side off. Okay, now it's time to pop all the way out. Here we go. Pull this little bunch of clear off here, a little bit off. There we go. Wow, good spiral. Nice indicator. So we're going to show you from the side. So this is the didymium lens on the side camera. This is what it does. But notice how everything's not vibrant. Like versus the other camera, nothing's vibrant. And that's the drawback. Bring it out here. So now you can see that going. Isn't that pretty? I wish I could keep that color. If I could make that color, I'd be ecstatic. If I had that, I would be so freaking happy. And here we go. We're going to start getting this round. Well, as a glass blower, I'm sure you prefer the lens. All right, here we go. Man, this is I can already tell this is going to be beautiful, without a doubt. So this has uranium, crushed opals, a sparkle blue-green, and then it has a cadmium yellow underneath it. I don't think we're going to see too much yellow. All right, good. I didn't make this too big. Let's see how we're sitting. Yeah, this is only 2 inches, so it's good. It's not a big marble. It's like 2 inches. Just a little guy. Let me just get this all smoothed out. Yeah, that's pretty good already on this end. We're already ahead of the game. Now this one's only a 2-inch marble. It's not a big one. I mean, it's good size. It's medium. It's not tiny either. But yeah, I love to keep that color. So there we are. You can definitely see that clear transferring through there. Big old swaths of clear. Let's see if we can get any color to show up. A little bit. You can see a little bit of spiraling going on there. Yeah, we got a little bit of color showing. Some opals right there. See that little speck of an opal? Some opals right there, there. All those little specks are opals. I didn't want a gigantic version of that. So we got it just right. Let's get the other side done. What's up, Sensi Pug? Boroglow. Glow in the dark is glow in the dark. Not UV, but actual glow in the dark. 100% actual glow in the dark. All right, so we just have to finish this end here. Make it look really good, and we'll be done with this one. We'll get to the more complicated one. Yeah, this next one's going to be the more complicated version. The next marble. All right, we got to let this cool off for just a second, so we're on a quick break for a second. I got into this because my mother started glassblowing when I was 2. So I pretty much grew up with it. Okay, we're pretty good here. I'm going to show you what we have left to do. So we got this little bit here. See how it's all raised up right there? We got to get all that smoothed out. See if we got any of the colors. Yep, there's some of that blue-green showing up. Got some color in there, a little bit of yellow, some uranium. Oh, I am very lucky. I know that. I am 100% lucky to have that. Trust me, there isn't a time that goes by I'm not appreciative of it. Isn't uranium dangerous? If you eat it. I don't recommend eating uranium. All right. Then it's dangerous, but in this form, no. Not dangerous at all. The only danger I have is Bigfoot walking in my studio or a rabid squirrel. Other than that, I'm all safe. If I have a squirrel with a death ray walk in, then it's dangerous, but in Bigfoot. I'm in Bigfoot country, so you never know. All right, here we go. Got this really... I'm debating whether I should... I was going to trim that down, but I think I'm going to leave it. It's because the other side has a really nice spiral. I think I can leave this one a little thicker. So this is... Oh, let's bring in the camera before we go too far. So I'm going to show you what my glasses actually do. These are the didymium lens. I just call it borovision. There. Ow, man, that's hot. So the radiating heat from that marble is hot as hell. So that is borovision. Although I should name it something else. I should name it after my name. All right, we are good. Got to swing the camera back out. I can't wait till I hotkey this and I don't have to do that all the time. Let's go. We're going to use the marble mold up here and we're going to get it into shape. And call this one done. Then we're going to do the epic one. This next one is not the easiest of them to do. It'll be a little bit more complicated, but worth the watch. This is just my warm-up. Flame vision, that's right. I know, no ghosty today. I know the ghosty. He's not acting up today. I think he was acting up last night. I don't know if it's a he or she though. They were definitely acting up last night. There was like 5 things thrown off my table in front of me. I don't know if you guys could hear it when I was live streaming, but there were things coming off my table. I was like, damn it. I wish I could catch that on camera. Of course, I have to have the shy ghost. Man, I can't even tell you how smooth this marble is right now. I'm having a hard time just controlling it in here. It's perfect. I don't even have to refine it that much. It's already good to go. Gonna smooth it out. All right, we're gonna bring it over, get 2 more shots of it. So this is it. Let me hot shot it. When I say hot shot, I just get it a little hot so the color shows up a tiny bit. That way you guys get a cool view of it. It's worth it, like that. So there's that spiral sitting there. John, where am I from? I am from my mother. Where are you from? I came from my mother. There we go. No, I am located in Washington State. You have to deal with my sense of humor. Sorry. All right, let's get this thing finished. We're almost done. We're like 2 minutes off. 2 minutes, we'll be done with this guy. Unless something goes terribly wrong. So this marble is dangling by a thread on this rod down here. I'm going to have to be really careful because they do tend to like to fall off. Now, if the marble does fall, I am perfectly fine. Nothing wrong. But I am going to plant my damn feet down. And I just have to pick it up and fix up the little flaw where it fell. Because it'll be molten and it'll dent. But for the most part, it's good to go. I hate this part. Pull that little bit off there. All right, we're good. I just have to get rid of that little nipple on there, and we'll be fine. I didn't get it on there very straight, but that doesn't matter. Make sure we're all good. Don't fall. Yeah, we're good. We're going to grab Dragonfly Creations' wonderful marble holder. Also works for ornaments. It's not just marbles. If you make Christmas ornaments, this is definitely a tool you're going to want to have. Preheat it up. Like that. Then to remove it, remember I was saying it's barely on there? Watch. Off it comes. And we just smooth that little spot out. Like that. Let's see if we can get any kind of color semblance from the side view. I don't know if we're going to get a whole lot out of it. There's a little bit of it. You can see some of those opals in there. A few little opals hanging out in there. But yeah, these will definitely have a different color pattern to it later. You're not seeing the total color. And in the kiln it goes. So I'm hoping that we use this color on the inside of the marble. I'm going to bring it out here. So this is the color we used on the inside of the marble, that. So I'm hoping that that's what happens to the inside of that marble. Now, because we backed it with yellow, it could change it a little bit, but that's the same color we used. But while it's hot, it doesn't show that color. At all. So we don't have any luck with that. Okay, so the next marble we're going to make is going to be a combination of this guy, and we're going to add it with uranium and a couple of other things that's going on. Here we go. I'm going to show it to you up close. So this is the one we're going to be working on, this version, but we're going to use uranium with it. We're going to back it up. I don't know what exactly we're going to do, but we're doing this. Part of it is going to be this. Like that. And get it right up on the camera. Look at all those little micro lines. See how small those lines are? I don't know if I can get it up that close. Let me bring it back up. Why are you not zooming? There. See how small those little internal lines are? I do sell it. Okay, so we're going to start that process now. In order to do that, I need me some silver. We're going to use a fresh fresh little bit of silver in here. But I do not want to hassle with trying to find a little tiny, there we go. I'm not talented, the glass is talented. I'm just a guy that helps manipulate it. I just help the glass get where it needs to go. The glass is already ready to go. I just help it get there. Old school goldsmith. Yeah, that's awesome. I would have loved to have done like goldsmithing and stuff. That would have been cool. Jewelry making is very similar. Silver did drop in price today, but it's still like $85. Micro RC crawler. What's micro? Is that like 1/24th? Like 1/24th? For micro? No, no apprentice. How much do you sell the expensive glass? Simon, I'm having a hard time with that one. But yeah, it's still $85 an ounce. Oh, that's awesome. 1/24th is awesome. See, I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Yeah, if it hits 60, I would buy. But I'll give you a little secret. If you go to your thrift shops right now, all your thrift stores, sometimes they have silver coins in there, and they don't go by market price. They just price it once, and then they sit there until it sells. So I would go check your thrift shop out. Yep. They don't sit there and readjust price all the time. And sometimes they have coins and collections, and even if it's a silver belt buckle that has a silver coin in it, who cares about the buckle? Yeah, you just want the coin in there. Legos are very fun. Okay, so this is tubing. This is the beginning process of that marble that I showed you, part of it. Okay, we're going to bring it down. I probably should have went a little close-up view on it. There we go. I don't know why, but it always reminds me of a little jellyfish. We are going to be making a funky, cool marble. It's a little bit, it's not common. It's not a common technique of what we're going to be doing. I don't know of a lot of people that know how to do this. Some people will claim to know how to do it, but I've never seen anybody else actually do it and complete it. So we're going to open it up like this. Little Little unepic bubble there. And we're going to round this out. Okay, for this, we are going to have to zoom in. We're going to punch in pretty good here. We're going to punch in pretty far. This is not an order, no. Okay, so this part is called knitting, and it's exactly what it sounds like, knitting. I am not the best at this, okay? My mother was one of the best in the world, if not the best. Okay, my mom was fantastic at this. Me, not so much. But we're going to bring it in, and we're going to start. So this is kind of what it looks like. We're going to build up on it like that. I'm not the best, okay? See, it's a little uneven right there. Now, you can fix it by, like, micro managing it in there, like smoothing it out, but I don't want to. This is not what I want to do on it. Oh, nice. Got the hummingbird? There you go. So there we are. So that's the knitting process. Now we're going to go a little bit faster at this point. Oh man, I got one of these again. See that little shard right there? That is always what cuts me right there. That little freaking knife edge of glass. Damn it. I wish I'd known that was there before I even started. Now this is going to look really bad, but it needs to look bad. There is a specific reason for this. It needs to be really off. My OCD is going absolutely insane right now. A little bit more. Okay. So we made it into kind of like this little knitted cage, okay? This is god-awful horrible, but it's supposed to be for what we're about to do, okay? So we got that on there. Gonna warm it up. And I forgot to attach the little silver nugget on there while we're at it, so we gotta do that real quick. I forgot to pick up my little silver nugget. Which we're about to do right here. There we go. You can see a little silver nugget sitting right at the tip of that. There it is, that little silver guy. So this is about to change color. We're going to vaporize the silver, little silver nugget on here. We're going to color it all up. Park that in the kiln a little bit later. So now we got all that silver vaporized onto that little cage looking thing. Okay. Now we're going to take everything we just did and wreck it. We're going to melt it all down. And this is the tricky part when we get to here, because it is loosey-goosey up there. It is flopping around all over the place. It's like a pinball that's gone mad in here. Ooh, don't you do it. All right. So the best place is probably going to be the side view of this, so you guys get a good quick reveal of it. All right, ready? Here it comes. Is that a total trip or what? I told you it'd be cool. Okay, we're going to pop back a little bit. There we go. Told you it'd be trippy. Okay, we got to separate this thing so we can use it in a marble. We still have it attached to a tube, so we got to get rid of the tube. So we're going to heat up right here. And this is called a flame cut. We're just basically going to heat it up, thin this tubing out really, really paper thin, and then we can cut it off. And here we go in 3, 2, 1. And then we got that. Then we don't have to deal with all the hassle of all that stuff up there. We basically were able to separate it, bring it off. And now we just have to go through here and melt it in. Tell me that's not cool, though. So not a lot of people know how to do that. And even though if you watch it, there's like 10 little micro steps in there. It's just too hard to cover on a live stream. People get bored. Okay, we just got to get that little bit rounded out right there. And come on, melt. This is the love-hate with glass. Sometimes you want it to melt really fast and it's going slow. Other times you don't want it to melt fast and it like goes too quick. It's the love-hate. But you cannot force this little action right here. One little move, it'll mess up the entire, everything we just did, it would wreck it. There are certain things you cannot do once you get this part completed, or you will completely wreck the entire process. There. So we're going to bring it over to the side so you guys can see that a little bit. I'm going to try and keep it balanced. There we go. So now you can see all those little, it's drooping all over the place right now. I just got it crooked from trying to show it. All right, I think we're okay on that. Gonna park that guy in the kiln. I need to grab something real quick, another rod here, and then we'll do the second one of that. So I have to do one more. Come on. There we go. Okay. And here we go. We're going to separate this right there. Okay. We're good. Park that off to the side. So we got to do one more of that because I stack them on top of each other. So I do two of them, stack them. and then go from there. Okay, so we're going to zoom in for the second one again. We'll come right in. And I'd already prepped the tubing for it, so we got the little tube all set to go. Let's go. I don't know per stream. I don't know how much fuel I go through. No idea. I only know my monthly consumption. Oh, that's awesome, Melissa. Your baby girl's watching. She's 7. Well, welcome in. All right, here we go. So we're going to do that knitting process again. This one I'm going to do a little bit different. I want a different look to it. So depending on how you do these things is actually how it looks. Sorry, I'm just kind of focused on where I'm at the moment. Just a little bit more. Not too much more. All right, we're good. So we built that little cage right there. Oh, thank you, Mama KD. So we got that. So it's totally different looking than the last one. We're going to grab that same little chunk of silver and do the same thing. We're going to coat it. Up there's my silver. Sometimes the silver loves to bury itself and hide. So this is pure silver, and the silver gets vaporized, and it turns basically into a vapor, a gas, and it becomes lighter than the flame itself, and the flame is able to carry the silver vapors to the main object, coating it, or basically silver plating it. And that's what I am currently doing. There we go. I'm going to park this guy off to the side because I really don't need it anymore. So now you can see we silver plated that like that. We're going to burn it in just a little bit. It's going to change the color. Like that. See how much shinier it got? Almost looks like chainmail. Okay, now we're going to take everything we just did there and wreck it. Like I said, we're going to go completely wreck it and turn it into a happy little something else. Happy little accident. Happy little tree. So we're going to take that entire cage, collapse it down into a solid piece of glass. And that's where all the magic happens. And here we go. A little bit more. Okay, this is the part that it gets scary because it's barely held on by these little tiny attachments. It totally wants to fall off right now. But not today, Satan. You're not going to happen to me. And there we go. Now it's kind of back to solid, and it's attached to the tube. We got to get it really welded in, the last little bit in here. Thank you for the hand hearts, Groves. And now we're totally melting this in. There's a little bit left to go. There's a point at which you can stop. Now is not the time. Needs a little bit more to go. Okay, right about there. Well, this is turning. All right, I'm going to bring it back to the side view so you guys can watch the reveal. This part's really cool. If you've not seen this before, it's definitely worth a watch. And here we go. So there it is right there. Going to bring it out. Just keep your eye on it, and it's going to magically start looking pretty amazing here. Like that. See? Fail. Would it look different if you started melting it from the base? Yeah. It would totally look it wouldn't work. It absolutely wouldn't work. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. I appreciate that. But no, it won't work that way. It would literally fall off. You have to start from the top down. Okay, we're all good to go there. So now we just separate it. And we should have a pretty good little piece here, and then we can start making it into a total marble. It does look like static globe, correct. Some people call it energy pendant. Some people say it looks like a dandelion. Other people said it looks like static globe. All that stuff. Oh, I forgot we're still on side view. Might as well bring it up. So there it is in its hot form. Like that. All right, let's bring it back out. I keep forgetting to switch it back. Okay, now we're going to do a quick flame cut and separate it. This part's a lot of fun too. Right here, it's a lot of fun. I never get tired of this right here. And here we go. You know what that reminds me of? Those old fireworks, you'd light them up, you'd light them and they'd grow like a worm. I can't remember the name of those little fireworks. What's up, Ray? How you doing? Okay, we are doing good. Good night, Tiffany. Okay, so we got to melt this back down. So this is going to take a minute. I just got to take my time getting it in. Snakes, yeah. That's what that reminds me of. As it starts blowing out, it reminds me of those little snakes that just kept growing. Okay, so this is a lot of work just to get part of a marble done. But now we're going to be able to start assembling a full-blown marble. Just have to get this little bit melded in. Hey, Meta, record. Hey, Meta, stop recording. Okay, we got that all centered up in there. All right, so that's good to go. Now we're at we're past the point of like where it's really the complicated stuff. Now we can get to having fun. You can go to thefieryguy.com. The Fiery Guy, just like up on the up there.com. All right, so let's attach a little tiny punty rod here. Burn it off back here. Need to clean it up a little. Then we're going to take the other one we did a little earlier and attach it right to it. Like that. All right, so we got one done. We're going to grab the other one we just did and pop them together. And we're going to fuse them as one. Pull that little bit off there. Oh, don't you go anywhere. All right, so next step, we have to add a little bit of stability to it. We got to get rid of that gap that's in between. So we buzz it right there. And then we're going to bring it in. Now the job is to try and meld those two together without distorting the pattern in there too much. A little bit more. It's a little off right now. It's giving me a little trouble. And that's okay. We'll fix it. I got to focus on this end. Bring it right there, and we'll get it all straightened out now. Just a little manipulation here. But I don't want it too, I don't want it like too straight. I really want it kind of like a static electricity going through there. A little bit of a spiral. We're going to separate it that way. Okay, we should be good now. Let's magnify this a little bit. And then we're going to add some uranium, some color, and get it looking fantastic. Yeah, we got a nice little electric spiral going on in there. It's kind of what I was hoping for. And then underneath it, it's got one going the opposite direction. Okay, we're going to separate it so I can show you guys. It's been a minute. I haven't been able to show anything with it. So we're going to bring it out so you can see it. Probably going to have to do it off the side view, though. So it's not completely showing everything, and we got the bottom one underneath it right down there. So it's not showing everything yet. It takes a while for it to actually show up. If you knitted with uranium, nothing would happen with uranium. It wouldn't make a difference. Yeah, it has to be clear. Okay, let's get this party started on this guy. That always has to be clear. Little fusing right there. So now we got to work this kind of funky looking back end into it. And try and make it make some sense. Might be able to see part of what you'll see on the bottom. So this will be the bottom of the marble. And it won't be visible until it completely cools off, because we're going to cover it up with color here in a minute. And there we go. I'll try and bring it over to the side for you as well, so you can see the side view as well. Just got to smooth it out a bit, or it's not going to make any sense. So this one will have a pattern, swirl pattern as well. It's just going to be opposite. So you can kind of see it. That'll be on the bottom. So that's the bottom of the marble. Nope, heat's not burning me up. What's up, Charlie? What's up, Deb? It's about to be uranium. We're about to add uranium into it. We're going to add a little bit of black on here first. And then we're going to pop some uranium. Or maybe we're not going to add black. I thought I had some. Crap. Nope. All right, I'm hoping I got a little bit of black over here. I do. That's enough. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got some black on there. We're going to throw some uranium in there. Yep, you'll work. Just going to wiggle it around. Okay, that's good. And we're going to take some of the shimmer glass and add that in. This looks like liquid metal, kind of like Terminator liquid metal look. Okay, got that in there. Then we're going to mix it all up. It is starting to come together. It's starting to come together pretty good. It doesn't make any sense right now. It has absolutely no organization to it. Okay, there's no organization to that whatsoever right now. But when you see it done, it will. It'll be perfectly good. But right now, looks like chaos. Okay, let's get it a little hotter. There we are. Yeah, right now it's just chaos. Let me bring it down. And then we start doing those little chaos micro swirls that I love so much. So this is my very favorite thing to do, finger painting with molten glass. And it is exactly what it sounds like. You're just basically taking the glass and kind of finger painting with it. Just at 3,000 degrees. Okay, we got that done. I'll show you kind of what I'll show you what the chaos looks like. And we're pretty close. We're not far off from finishing this up now. We're actually we're pretty close. This is not far off. Just let me get that melted in. So we got the side view. You can kind of see that little bit of finger painting right there, how it's all swirled around now. There we go. So those are all the colors blended. It's hard to see them all, but there you go. Now you can see it's all kind of ooey gooey. That's the ooey gooey stage. All right, let's get to this thing and get it melted in. So to back this guy up, we're going to use cobalt glass. And here we go. We're still going. We've got quite a bit to go on here. But yeah, we're going to back this whole thing up in cobalt. And that'll make everything I just put down there look even better. Ray, thank you for that coral. That was awesome. Thank you. I think I'm going to zoom out for a minute. You guys are probably getting blinded. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right, this marble is not going to be tiny, though, as usual. It's not going to be small. Keep wanting to add stuff to it, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And here we go. We're still going. Now this has the uranium way inside here, so it'll be a total trip when you see it. Okay, we're going to separate this cobalt real quick. Start moving things around here because I got to start putting some patterns in here. Okay, we're good. So the next pattern that's going to happen in here is I want to blend this hard cobalt line with the side. So I want to blend them a little bit. Let's see if I can show you on the side. So on the side here, you can kind of see that hard cobalt line, and then right there is the other, all the other colors. So I'm going to kind of swirl them together, give them a little bit of a pattern, kind of like an oceanic pattern to it. Basically breaking apart that really hard line of the cobalt. I don't want it showing just a straight line of cobalt all the way around. Kind of want to blend into it. There we go. There's a few spots here it doesn't look good. We're going to fix that up. There we go. One more spot here. All right. That gives me exactly what I want there. We should be good. Last little bit is to add the clear to the top here, finish this marble off, and call it done. So we're just going to kind of blend everything in right now. This is one of those awesome uranium marbles. This is going to be absolutely amazing. Yep. Perfect. I'll show you on the side view. You'll totally see where you'll see where I'm going on this. It looks good. Let's bring it out. So those sides, you can see there's no hard line of cobalt running around anymore. I can't get it too close. There we are. So cobalt running into, damn, I can't get it too close to my equipment or it's going to melt it. But you can see those swirls. There's the cobalt down there blending into here. I'm always worried about melting my equipment. That radiating heat is intense. Okay, we're going to bring it out. All right, let's get it. Put a little cobalt punty rod here. There's definitely some cool uranium bouncing through here. All right, now we just got to finish it off. And here we go. Lots of clear on here. I want to magnify the heck out of everything that's underneath here. This will be one of those marbles when you look at it, have depth for a long time. And it'll take you a while just to see deep inside it, like past some of the little strings in there, the little spirals, the galaxies. It's going to take you a minute to look past all that. And you'll start to see more stuff happening. Okay, we definitely have to separate here. I need more clear than this. Use this guy. This should give me plenty. Let's go. This is going to take a minute. Got a lot to add on here. But the magnification's working perfectly. It looks good. I can see it from my end here. Looks really fantastic. Just got a few more minutes. A few more minutes to melt this in. Then it's just a matter of perfecting it. Anyway, how's Friday night going for y'all? Y'all doing good? We're just making a big old marble. Just a big old marble. Yes, Ray, the marble is for sale. A snowstorm? This one, no. Okay, a little bit more. We got just a touch more to go. We're good. Unfortunately, this thing's gigantic again. I think this one's going to hit the 3-inch mark again. I don't know if I could call it a marble, and not at 3 inches. It's got to be like orb, sphere. Got you, Ray. And we're going to start separating now. We got enough on here. We're good. Thank you, Mama KD. Oh, there we go. Got it done. All right, now we just have to get this thing round. That's all. So we're going to zoom in a little bit or go side view. I got to keep it moving. I'll show you guys real quick. So we got to get rid of that little gap in between there. Let's see if we can see anything going on inside right now while it's molten. I don't know if you guys are going to get it. There we go. It's not going to show it until it cools off, but you can definitely see the little spirals of everything going on. Then when you look past it, you'll see it behind there. Right now, while it's hot, you can't see everything. It's one of those things that you just can't see till it cools off. Hey, Meta, record. Hey, Meta, stop recording. All right. Now, just getting rid of that middle gap. After that, we are good to go. And I like the side spiral. I think it looks really cool. That little side decoration. All right, we're going to start bringing it in to the molds. And here we go. Definitely have that gap still in there. I may have to feather it in there with clear rod. We're going to definitely have to find out how that's going to work. But we are looking good. It's looking fantastic. I am not disappointed with it. Okay, we're going to have to elongate it a little bit. Let it kind of drip. And then bring it down. Yeah, we're looking fantastic here. No problems. All right, we got that portion pretty much done. We're going to put a little punty rod up to the front up here, this clear section. We're going to grab it. We're going to finish off the back end. Then we got a punty to the back one last time for a separation, and this will be all done. Ooh, actually, you might be able to see a little bit. I got to definitely keep it back here, but I don't know if you can see deep down through those little crevices down below. Starts real spiraling back down. And it'll change back that way. Yeah, it definitely has some passion to it. It's actually really cool. I'm looking at it now. I can see past the top layer. And that's the most important part, is if you can see down inside. And you can't even, you can't tell right now, but there's the uranium way deep inside there. So when you hit it with a black light, the uranium's going to be way underneath all those little galaxies. And we're going to take that off. Kick it on a little bit. Put a little heat to it. Little heat to the subjet. Okay, there we go. Lost my footing. Okay, just a little more up here. Yeah, it definitely has a really nice oceanic theme around the band, around the outside between the clear and the cobalt. There's like an oceanic theme running around it. Or if you want to call it cosmic dust, you can do that too, because it's definitely going to have a uranium shimmer. But this sucker's big. It's heavy. Definitely has some weight to it. Okay, there we go. We just got a little bit right around this middle section. Yeah, there are three layers running through here. There's a top layer of little spirals, of those little finger spirals. There's a layer underneath it. And then below that, you can see the black, the silver, the electrum, and the uranium running deep down inside. It almost looks like two black holes colliding, or two galaxies colliding. That's what it actually looks like. I was trying for a kind of oceanic theme, but it very much looks like space. It definitely has that space vibe. All right, that's good. That end is done. We got one last transfer over to the blue back end, and we're going to round out this clear on the top, and that'll be done. We'll separate it from the blue, and she is all done. Ray, you're going to have to message me at thefieryguy.com. I know Stephanie's gotten a few messages from you, so it shouldn't be hard. So the bottom is all blue, and then you can see all these colors. Now, you're not going to see all these colors until they completely cool, but has that cosmic space dust. Look at it. It's getting better. It's getting even better right now. See it starting to come into play? And they keep coming in richer and richer. That's what I was talking about. They get better and better and better as it cools off. Good night, Colleen. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging with me. Okay, so we're going to put a little punty on the back end here. Yeah, we're just a few minutes off. I'm less than 5 minutes. Just need a second to let it cool. All right, let's hope I center this sucker on here well. Ooh, I did. No wobbles. All right, here we go. Gonna bring this down. We got to pull this little tiny nub off here. There we go. All right, we got a little nipple on there that we need to blend in, and it's all done. We'll just pop it off the blue rod, and she's all good. Man, that thing's smooth. There isn't a flaw in this, not a millimeter. It is perfect all the way around. I don't feel one wobble in it, not a bit. Yeah, there isn't a wobble. All right, I'm going to try and show you where we're at, but again, I don't know how much you're going to see through it. But we're going to start, if you peer past that dark area, down deep inside, it starts getting 3D effect in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. If you deep down inside, it just goes deeper than it. The camera's just not picking it up. But it definitely has that. There. I wish you guys could see it. The camera's not picking it up all the way. Then there's the sides starting to pop in. Like that. You can see a little bit of it, but it's not all there. The camera's definitely not picking up what I see. It's I'll try and get a super nice photograph of it. All right. Yeah, it barely fits in there. It's definitely 3 inches or above. Going to grab it there, and then we just pop it, and off it comes. That was actually a perfect separation, too. I can't even tell you. Okay, we can bring it to the side cam. I won't be able to move it around too much. But now you can see it starting to get that blue deep in there. Like that. Oh man, it almost looks better without the flashlight. Let's see if it... No UV. No UV yet. There. That's a little less light on it, but yeah, there it is. You can see way inside. Damn it. Move. I don't need these touching each other. There we go. You don't want the marbles sitting next to each other. That's for sure. Seriously? So TikTok just said we have inactivity on your live stream. Really? I think your AI sucks. That's funny. Yeah, I just got a screen that says we detect inactivity on your live stream for TikTok. Really? I think I beg to differ. Anyway, I definitely need to break. That's 2.5 hours on this stream. So I need to take a break for a little bit. And it was hot. I know, there's a whole bunch of people talking and everything's going on. It says inactivity. That is hilarious. All right, I'll see y'all in just a little bit, hopefully. I know it's bad. I might be back, actually. It's a Friday night.